Hi folks, well we're back here in Julesburg with a whole lot of stuff. It was a long day, but probably the best auction of the year so far for me. It was very, very good. Let's go over what we got. Okay, so this is a Shure PE55. I have tested it. It works perfectly. These sell for 150 to 200, something like that. And then this crate amplifier down here is what I tested it with, and it works just fine too. They go for 150 or so. This is really neat. Gravity boots. When's the last time you saw gravity boots? So cool. And yep, they are definitely in there. And if I were to bet, they used them once. This is one of the neater things I didn't know was neat when I got it. It's called the Miracle Piano Teaching System. But if you look over here, this was for the original Nintendo. So this had a game, and you could hook it up through your Nintendo and learn how to play piano or synthesizer, organ, harpsichord. Yes, I have tested it. Yes, it does work. I am going to keep this, get the game. I already have the Nintendo, and I'll make a video about this in the wintertime, see if I can learn piano with the Nintendo. I got this karaoke thing because nobody wanted it. I mean, everything I've showed you so far, I think I paid $1 or 50 cents for. I mean, it was a ridiculous kind of auction. But I imagine this probably works too. I will test it. If it works, it's worth about 150 bucks. This guy is kind of the score of the whole thing. This Maestro is actually a collaboration with somebody else I can't remember. But it's worth somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 bucks if it works. I got this box mostly because of this Craftsman chain wrench. I've never had one of these. Thought it was pretty cool. There's a bunch of easy outs and stuff like that in here. I'll have to go through them. Extractors. Some pretty nasty calipers. But I think I paid 10 bucks for that box. Then I also got all of these tap and die sets. I think these were also $10 for all three. Those two are complete. That one is not. But I'll imagine I'll lot them up and let them go. I'm not sure about the old Tiger here, but I imagine it's worth something. Plus, it's kind of cool. Made in Grand Junction, Colorado. I haven't checked this inverter yet, but if it works, it's worth around 100 bucks. Pretty cool. I had one like this. This is a German wind-up mantle clock. All this stuff is in it. It's pretty neat. It's got the key there. And then it's got all of these chimes down here, which I will be checking to see if this guy works, but very cool. Nobody wanted this chainsaw sharpener either. I think I got it for $1. Made by Bell Industries. This guy is actually probably worth around 200 if it works and I get it all cleaned up. Same thing for this Singer sewing machine. I got this sewing machine and that Netchi sewing machine and this Singer down here for $1. I mean, there was nobody that wanted sewing machines. This fruit saver is pretty neat. I've never seen anything like that. I haven't looked it up yet, but it was not very expensive. I got a Gateway computer, which most of the time these things go for around 100 or so. I do have the cord so I can test it. Got a Black & Decker lid remover. That is a Wright gas-powered reciprocating saw. Got a blade on it, kind of like a giant regular saw, hand saw. But this thing looks like it's hardly ever been used, and these sell for about 200 bucks too. This is something that no one else wanted too. It was only $1, I think. It's a fish finder, depth finder deal, but that is paper and ink. It's so old, it's actually a reel of paper. And that, I think, is one of these massagers. Most of these old massagers like this are worth quite a bit of money. They're pretty good. They're pretty grubby, but we got some Ibanez headphones, which aren't too bad. Need some new ear cups for them. I don't know if they're worth replacing or not. Got a realistic scanner, couple VCRs. That's a XP laptop. Another Cobra CB radio, another VCR, and then what I thought was a poker set is actually one of these tool caddy deals, but it's brand new, never been used. I got one box that had a bunch of electrical stuff in it just for this Fluke multimeter. Anytime you see Fluke, that's pretty much a bolo. They really don't make inexpensive stuff, and check that out. It's a collaboration with Mac Tools. I think that was in this box here, which it has some kind of neat stuff in it. This plane is pretty rough, but you would be amazed what sandpaper will do. It'll clean up pretty easy. And that's kind of a neat nozzle for a propane torch. Some of these can be worth quite a bit. I don't know if the old Emerald Lagasse pasta machine is worth anything, but it's in there and it's pretty clean. There's that Kodak printer there, which I will definitely test too. That does not seem like it's very old. Some of this stuff was just thrown in with other stuff. At auctions, if they can't get a bid, they'll throw some other stuff in, but these are mostly just burned, as you would call them now, burn tapes. But something like that could actually be worth something. I will check, but most of the time, VHSs have to be horror movies and out of production and very specific to really be worth anything. Up here, we got a Dremel rotary deal, like a roto zip copy, and a very dirty triple unit fax printer phone deal. That printer is definitely in that box. I don't know if it's worth anything. Then you come over to this box and you're like, wow, why'd you spend 12 bucks on this box? What do you think, Oreo? Well, it's because of this. This is a Caboodles spray bottle. If you're of a certain age, this will hit all the nostalgia. The rest of this stuff is pretty meh. That might be pretty good. That's like an implement part. That might actually be full. Not sure. That's very heavy. Just good old farm box. So that auctioneer was Michael Auction Services, spelled differently than the one up here. He's out of Flagler. Does a lot of stuff in Burlington, Colorado and around there. But as for usual, you can pause and look at all this stuff, but this is what I paid for everything. See that keyboard? I got it for $1. But yeah, this was a very, very good day. Total spent $87.47. I don't think I've ever got a whole truckload of stuff for that before. Definitely a good auction. So what some of you might be wondering is, how do you predict a good auction? Well, you really can't. You just got to drive. Most of this is gambling, pure and simple. You get a storage unit, it's gambling. You might do really good, you might do okay. You usually won't lose. going to these auctions, I have definitely lost. The last time I went to this particular guy's auction was in Sterling, Colorado, and everything went for so high, I just left. So that's just how it goes. You never know until you actually get there. I usually make fun of the sales ticket with the auctioneers because everything that I want to buy didn't even make the ticket. Everything I bought was $1, 50 cents, $10. Nobody there, and there you saw how many people were there. It just wasn't in their orbit. It wasn't something that they do or collect. And that's kind of where I step in. So thanks for watching, guys. I got another auction in 4 days, and then another one after that, another one after that. We got like 6 in a row here. So buckle up. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.